Well, hello and welcome to my channel. You know, when I started this video, I really wanted it to be a review of this item that I picked up on eBay. You know, it's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and I guess he's about 11 and a half inches tall and has some pretty neat features. He's got some articulation in his head. You know, his arms have a little bit of movement to them, so he can like reach for you if he wants to. And I got my guys out so I could kind of check the scale of this figure so you could have some sort of comparison. But as I was getting these guys together, I noticed something. You know, Dr. Venkman's missing his wand. And I thought, okay, well, let me just go check the box where I keep them, and it wasn't there. You know, I also checked another box where I had them earlier, wasn't there as well. I checked my accessory box, nothing in there. So I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it ended up in the dustbin. I don't know if the dog chewed it up or somewhere. I don't know. I can't find it anywhere. And if this would have happened about a year ago, it would have been a very hopeless situation. But you know what? Last Father's Day, my family got together and they got me a really cool gift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share that with you today. I hope you stick around and you can see if I can get this this dilemma situated. So I hope you stay tuned. This is the printer that my family got me for Father's Day last year, and it was a refurbished one on eBay, and its model is the Photon Mono X. And I had read some stuff on it that you wanted to get a mono printer just because the light source kind of like causes the resin to adhere a little bit better. I don't know I still don't know a lot about this stuff. I'm just kind of like fooling around with it. So I get this and I start printing, and my prints look like they're melting. And so I get online, I look a little bit into this, and I find out there's something called supports. I hadn't put any supports in there. So I started adding supports, and then I got something that looked like this. I guess I was putting too many supports, not enough. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing wrong. But I also looked into things called settings, and I was trying to adjust the settings, and I couldn't get anything to work. So I just kind of like put it off for a while and just, you know, forgot about it. And I thought, oh my gosh, another costly mistake. But well, it wasn't recently. It was like around Christmas time. I thought I'd get into it again, and I was talking to a guy that does this printing stuff, and he says, you may want to just update your software. So I went online and I found that there was a software that updated what I had, and it came from Anycubic as well. And it's this one right here. It's their it comes from their firmware page. If you just do a search for Anycubic Photon software, this will pop up, and you just click on the Windows and you just download it. And I don't think it's a very big download, but I downloaded that. And I ran the program, and I was able to get some pretty decent results. Here, let me go ahead and open up that program. I have it over here. So here's the new program. Now, I have this other print that I got. It was my Star Trek phaser, and I was able to print this successfully, and it looked pretty decent. But you know, I didn't know how important this particular piece would be, because it gives you a sense of scale when you're working with your Amigo figures, so that you have an idea of how big something will be. And that's important when you load prints. So I come over here to import, and let's see, go to my desktop. Oh, I don't think that's it. Here it is. Can't read. Okay, let me get rid of this. And so now I have a basis for my scale. And then I can come over here and I can get my Neutrino wand. And to get these, here, let me show you real quick. You just go to Yegi. And I typed in Ghostbuster Neutrino wand, and I got different options. I went with this one because it said simplified, and I'm all about simple. And you know, it was free. always make sure that you tip the designer, even a buck or two. I think they appreciate it. You know, so I downloaded that file and go ahead and import it. This one. Yeah, there it is. And you'll notice it's a little bit bigger than what I have here. Let me go ahead and rotate it. I'm gonna have to scale it down. Let's see, I want it kind of like 3/4 of that length. So I click on this and I go to scale. Probably a little smaller. And you know, at these numbers, they differ by different models, so you can't like use my numbers. You don't know if yours is going to be similar in size or what. So always just kind of like fool with it until you get a scale that you like. I think that's probably about it. So now that I got my scale, I'm going to delete this. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on repair, just in case there's like any problems with islands. They call them islands. They're like little holes. And then I'm going to go to support. Now the support will generate the automatic supports, and you just click on that. And it should support your figure. Now sometimes you'll get too many supports, and you can go back and you can manually edit the supports. So you may have to print it maybe more than once. Let's see, let's take a look at the left-hand side. And if you need to mess with the supports, just come over here and you go to manually editing, and you'll see these like little bubbles. And where they're clustered, maybe delete a couple, because you really don't need all those anchors. And on some figures, you want to take the ones away from the face if you can. So I'm just removing a few of these that are clustered. And then you click apply and you'll see there's fewer supports there. And then once you've got your model where you want it, you just click on slice. And it'll give you the image that's going to go into your printer. Now from here, I just save it to a USB drive. Just save it, and just remember the name of it: Proton Pack, ready to print. And so once you save it, you just take the USB drive and you drop it in your printer. Let me go ahead and move on to the next one. Ooh. Okay, I got my vat loaded with my resin. Let me go ahead and flip it on. Just takes a second to boot up. And here's the disk where I saved my files. I'm just going to put that in there. And then I'm going to come over here to the screen. I'm going to press print. And then I'm going to look for my file. And then you just press it and it begins printing. So I'm going to go ahead and get that printed and we'll take a look at it. It's going to take a while. I believe this is going to take like about 2 or 3 hours. So bear with me. I'll be right back. You won't have to wait through that. All right, my print is done. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out of the machine. And it's pretty easy. You just make sure you wear gloves. You don't want this stuff on your hands. But you just remove the plate. And then place it over your container. In this container I have alcohol, because I'm going to rinse them off. Okay, and I'm just going to replace the plate. You do have to wipe off the plate if you're going to use it again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this outside, but let's see if I can grab one. See, there's the print, and it has the supports on it. I have 2 of them in there. Let me go ahead and take them outside. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the sun so that they can cure. And I'll be right back. Okay, here's the print. And you can see it's got some really good support on it. And that's what was wrong with my original prints, is I didn't have enough support, and then I had too much support. Now, down here, you can see that there's a lot of extra support that you probably don't need. So if you're working with this, I showed you how to remove some of those supports so that you can minimize that mess down there. But I should be able to get it relatively easy. Let me go ahead and start. I use two tools for this. I use an X-Acto knife, and I use my little nippers here. And you just carefully cut the portion where the support meets the model, and just kind of peel it back. And then I use my my X-Acto knife to kind of smooth them down. See, here you have those wings. I want to maintain that, so I got to make sure I don't cut that. And you know what? This is a special resin. This is a flexible resin, and you can see it's flexible. You know, it's called Sunlu Toughness, and it's I don't know if you can read that. It's a solid black. I have it in gray too that I use for other weapons, and it has some settings there. I didn't even mess with those settings. You know, I guess if you want to have like really crisp prints or something, I don't know. Maybe I should try that, but I'm doing okay without that, so I am just going to keep going the way I'm going. Okay, let's see. I've got this support, and usually you can just, I found that you can just kind of like pop them off when they get stubborn. Then that's when you come in and use your nippers. See if I can get that. Yeah, you can see how too many supports can cause you some problems. So let me try attacking it from this side. Let me cut that away. And they usually just kind of like snap off without any problems. And I think I've got it. Now I usually use a green scrubby to kind of like, you know, take out the roughened areas. Like down here there's a rough area. Once I get my scrubby to that, I should be able to minimize. You know, let me do it on camera, hang on. You know, it's one of those Scotch-Brite scrubbies. And I just kind of rub it and clean off the rough areas. A brush, a very like stout, I guess stiff brush will do the same thing. And then I usually rinse this again in my alcohol, just to get rid of those little white rubbed areas. Looks like it needs a little bit more. So I'll take this outside and rinse it, and I'll be done with it. The only thing I got to do now is I've got to drill a hole at the end for the hose, and there's a hole that goes right in the middle of those for the attachment to the backpack. So let me go ahead and get that fixed. I think I'm also going to paint the tip and maybe this part right here, so that it looks like the Neutrino one from the Ghostbusters, the original one. So let me go ahead and get that taken care of, and I will be right back. Wow, it looks pretty good, huh? All right, you'll see that Dr. Venkman is sporting his new Neutrino wand. You know, I just drilled a little hole on the side. I don't know if you can see it. So that I could use that peg to reattach it. So, I mean, it looks pretty spot on. And you can see I painted it silver as well. Let's see how he holds it. Let's see, I've got that grip over here. I really like the hands on these Migos. The new Migos, just a really nice grip for, let's see, for holding weapons and accessories. Maybe I can get him into a pose. Wow, that looks cool, you know. So as far as a replacement, this thing is fabulous. It's great, you know. If you've lost your, I don't know, accessory for Amigo, there's tons of stuff out there. I just noticed that Egon is missing his PKE meter. Well, if it's lost, I know that there's a file online and I can just print him up another one. Is a printer right for you? I don't know. That's something you need to ask yourself. Father's Day's coming up again, though. So if you have like a large family and they're just looking for something to get you, that might be something you might want to put on your wish list. But I'm happy I got it. I hope this video helped you. You know, if you were on the fence about a printer, just, you know, how easy they are. Now, I didn't show you the cleaning and stuff. That's a process in and of itself. So whenever I change out my resin, I've got to clean the vats and stuff. But there are videos online that show how to do that, so you don't need to be intimidated by that as well. So I'm just glad I was able to take care of my character. I really like my Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. No bank, right? I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but it's a bank. But it looks cool, and I think the scale is just right for my Ghostbusters. So until next time, you guys stay safe and be cool and just have fun with your Migos. Look at this guy. Looks great. All right, bye-bye now.